Oh, there we go. That's weird. It just kicked out. Hello? Sorry. As I was saying, welcome to my debut stream. I apologize if I'm a bit uh, coffee. I couldn't get today. A wonderful time for it. But yeah. I'd like to first start off with, and my little book for this, the credits. For the character design written for this, and clear for all the overlays you see, including the board, the paper and stuff behind me. Really nice job for it. So thank you. Guys, I will just go straight into it then. This character, the Admiral Storyteller, Emira, myself, based off of a long-running D&D character of mine. I did for years and player campaigns. I'd like to bring them back up in my own campaigns when I run them myself. As a wizard patron to the party, or some weirdo they buy magical items from. Oh, that be. Oop. Yes. Wizard. Though to be fair, not the only campaign this played in. This character only reached level 15 sadly before it had to end. But whenever he's popping in from now on, he's usually the Gandalf or Elminster or Mordekainen of the realm of games I play usually. Base is a bit up for as you can see. He's several ages old, and he's about average. He's a wizard. He's a high-level wizard. He's got mastery in magic. I mean, basically a walking archmage. It's lived a while. Animancy, the ability power to manipulate like souls and life force more than just undead with necromancy. And transmutation, because you gotta craft stuff somehow. Then just some other characters with the transmutation. Some magical items he might be swinging around later when I can get them made and commissioned. As for like the usual over here, you can see very into magic, discoveries, adventuring, music, magic again, and very fond of ignorance, religious. Those paladins need to calm the hell down, you know what I mean? And you know, the usual book burnings or just badly written literature. Push that up. Next question, is it okay to burn bad literature if it's just poorly written, or should even the worst stuff be preserved? Yeah. Breaking reality, being no to shows big no. Those are always fun to fight, and aftermath is not fun to clean up. Then for my own power level, shitty gods, you know, like sun gods, god kings, all that kind of stuff. Always the zealotry, and you know how it goes. Oh, they're a witch, burn the village down. That's not cool. And as you learn from my own origin story, if I can not, excuse me, work my way through it, is that Mura was once a a warlock, breaking a magic lizard. And they say the relationship between him and his patient wasn't that perfect. Doing this while sick, not the best idea, perhaps, but we're going on. Oh, excuse me. Myself, I like a variety of shows, anything Marvel, basically, all like the Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Casuals were all great. Avatar series, Adventure Time. Star Wars shows are much better than some of the new top on my list. With the other sci-fi shows or Arrowverse kind of stuff loosely. Now my throat's a bit worse there. Need this water to survive right now. Music, I like, I guess, rock or alt rock kind of stuff, new metal, some other things. That Queen's a classic, you can't go on with the Queen, you know? Films and stuff, I'm a big sci-fi or Matrix and stuff like that. The Star Trek movies, similar to the shows, were all great. First 6 Star Wars movies, I'm a fan of the newer ones. The 2 sensationalist, I guess, 2 big, bright movies, not enough good writing. To you, obviously, it's good. Mad Max, Lord of the Rings, all kind of like, especially Lord of the Rings classics right there. Nobody was near as prolific in the role for that, though, as people are. And for anime, I like the classics, you know, Ghost in the Shell, Cowboy Bebop, Tokyo is a great anime, and then recently I've just been into JoJo's, obviously, and Isekai stuff. Tuba's hilarious, the Slime Show is pretty good if you haven't watched it. Then the other kind of more graphic Overlord, Tanya the Evil. Big fan of it. Oop. There we go. Next book is this one. As I want to do with this channel, stories, role-playing games, stuff like that. Big role-playing game fan, RPGs, open world stuff, you know. Fallout series, the original 2, the newer Bethesda ones to some extent. Bioshock, the Metro, the Half-Life. I hope ever makes any more of them. Mountain Blade's always kind of a good open-ended role-play game, I think, if you get into it. And then, you know, stuff like Final Fantasy games, 14's big fan of it. I never got through the second expansion though, I think. Didn't have time to finish it up. Shame, because I know the ones after it's pretty good. Otherwise, you know, Wasteland 3, Wasteland 2, the Elder Scrolls, big RPG games. Not a fan of isometric as much, but Pillars of Eternity, Divinity, Original Sin 2, Wasteland really wouldn't be over for that kind of thing. Well, there's everyone else kind of goals. Love to stream regularly, do this full time. Shitty jobs and all that kind of in real life. I really loved that actual D&D game between, like, a collaboration between other VTubers. Not a one-shot, maybe, you know, something more like frequent. I note, you know, read new stories. I have prepared today that I just threw together, or just copied, and other campaigns and settings you can discuss, like that kind of stuff, like some people do on stream. Have episodes for that. And of course, you know, new items, all that kind of stuff. Have fun. What's the point otherwise? And again, you know, dreams want to do a big long-term campaign, like other VTubers and stuff, you know, on like Fantasy Grounds or Roll20 or whatever other platforms online to stream from. Critical Role's a big influence, big fan of them. Love to play with a one-shot with them, something like that, you know? Dreams. And again, you know, actually able to do this more than just times a week would be wonderful. You know, followers, subs, put YouTube videos up, get people subscribers and all that stuff. Usual kind of stuff for them. You know what I mean? So, grand plan, just a chill stream. Fun video. I do believe that's the gist of my introduction stuff. But, I do have several things. Origin story. I did post a preview up on a few places online, the first page. And I do have, which is basically just the description of that I see loosely basing this character off of, besides just my own long-running D&D. With the SCP, why not? Look right here. Big fan of the SCP wiki and the universe and all that stuff. I didn't write any of this, I'm using it under the ShareLite license they have. And my character is not this item, it is just inspired by it to some extent, as you can see from the choice in robes and the book, perhaps. That being said, I have been inspired by one of my favorite SCP. 1230, Series 2 SCP. It's a unlabeled, green hardcover book. When opened, it displays the phrase, "A hero is born." Everything else will be blank. Upon going to bed next, you'll be greeted into a fantasy world of a really realistic lucid dream. That has more of a time dilation thing going on, you know? It can be anywhere from a few seconds to a few centuries, but you always wake up to normal sleeping time, like 8 hours, whatever later. There's a entity, the bookkeeper, always appears as a green, coat-bearded man. Claims to be the personification of the book itself. Very helpful and amicable towards dreamers, and enjoys creating these fantasyscapes that would tries to shape them that the dreamers would get the most entertainment out of it. You know, both they just basically want to run D&D games for people basically in their dreams, long-running, with isekai type things, I guess. Very big fan of it. It was always about, you know, writing stories that have fun with people, not like, you know, DM trying to the games, but drawing people through a story and experiencing the fun alongside of them as they interact and react to things. Background, character decisions, stuff like that. Excuse me. And just to prove the point further, I am not a bearded man. I have no beard. The cloak is inspired. I am not that character, just inspired by it. this, I want to go straight into the little origin story here, which is based from the background story of the D&D game, some events that take place, and how the world eventually shaped out. I've continued on from the games. Water, hold on. Oh, that's a shame. There's a little tear in my heart if I move too far to the side. Oh. Let me get this little origin story up and we'll go from there. There we go. And, yeah. Storyteller. Probably forget where that name came from if you take a second glance at it. Origin story. Before the end of day under a clear sky, the twin moons gleaming brightly, first of twins, second born after the turning of day. Heir of the clan, the oldest male child, by a few minutes, graced the twins were into a noble family of artisans, sorcerers. Her entire clan made into nobility. Clan long ago mixed with dragonkind, blood of sorcery grayed within them, but also a dark past shown. The blood of the silver dragon, the science of sorcery, tainted before though by the blood of devils, packed for power, forever tainting. The devil-blooded are considered the lessers of the family. So it was to be, the shining heir tainted, his younger twin brother, blessed with the draconic gift. The older son, disgrace, was tossed aside, his identical brother, raised up in his place like nothing happened. Imagine the page turning sound here. Forgotten, cursed, raised by the other the devil touched, a normal boy into a devil, unscrubbed, skin changes, cast away, ignored, once a noble heir, now a servant to his pure-blooded family. But wait, calls out. Devote yourself to me, and you will gain the power you seek. So, Warlock is born. Real quick. The things that live beyond the world. A new family came, a friend, an adventuring party. One sacrifices themselves, one loses them. Two lost, two replaced. Closer than blood they all become. Never again, as he needs more power. Adventures continue, great deeds accomplished, new knowledge learned, new things gained, but always so close to losing another. The master promised power, it never did. Greater and powerful, the enemies became spirits, corrupted being, armies, and a demigod. Ancient threats. The task is given. Find this book. Destroy it. So, the new family set out this book to help their brother, friend. The book was found. Book. Destroy me not, and what was stolen, or will remove the lies or what you should have been. A new bargain struck, no viridium found. Page turn. The Noviridium, a shard of a destroyed world, cutting a seed. Looks like a book. The deal struck, power restored. The shackles of the master destroyed. The wells of power was. The wick, the gate, the spark of power, which should have been, is now. A warlock made, an entity meddled, which should have been, a wizard unmet. Acted. Future saved. A warlock no more. Conjoined entity, Viridian and host, spellbook and wizard, knowledge kept, knowledge learned, power to use magic freely, ground, knowledge known to ascend more ascendant at her divinity, a path on the back of others, path not to be taken. The chains of servitude bound him no more, but he will not chain others like him. No cult, no worshippers, souls in the wells of man are bound. Another path, walked alone, soul unbound, tucked away, a phylactery, born on obsidian altar soaked in sacrifices of a younger and an older, never blooded. The offer chanced, their own body lain to risen again, time will now glitch, the magic of God. And, after all, resurrecting the dead is all necromancy. A staff born from this first body. Turn page. And so they fought. The would-be gods, the fallen, ancient immortals. Villains, and more adventure was had. A master of necromancy? Of animancy. Magic of souls. Reincarnation, lives lived to be lived. In the end, he waited. Family, his party turned to dust. But they always come back. The world still had one big thing. Something that would destroy it and all the souls that inhabit it. A wound in the world, so named world wound, ever growing, festering blight. A gap born long before his time, when gods waged war. Where was inches, feet per year. Part of the world was gone before when he was born. So yet he lived, mortal, working with the lives of his true friends throughout the ages. An immortal, older than him, once nurtured, cultivated the souls of him and his friends. Low-bound was he to his forgotten God. Now he cultivates his friends and others, works and mend the world. So, end of the world, the Lich slew the gods, desperately, faster. Each life slain, soul saved. The blight was upon the last reaches of the world, a solution found. Second moon, held to the forgotten god, the immortal bound to him, sacrifice. The moon, once part of the world, returned. The god of change, long forgotten, slain. And page. The world stood still, the Lich worked. Through the Noviridium, the shout of a world, the power of those slain, the catalyst sacrifice of the trapped god. The world restored, its divine functions repaired and upgraded. The cycle started anew. So the world was reborn, began once more. The Lich saw events only hypothesized. If returned, new gods were born. So he sat, nice chair at the center of the realm, in sight the mechanics, views of reality, servitude, angel. Gods made of the world from worship, souls circling through again, always watching. A bit lonely, he pops in, under guises now and then, sets things straight, puts gods in line. No new world wounds on his watch. Time went on, what was now is. Civilization advances. History repeats. A name, born of the world, the traveler. God? Pops in wherever you go. Different pantheons, regions. Always traveler. A prankster? Trickster? Sets things straight. Always moving. A mind remembered the world before. Mind maddened. Aspect. Stuck forever, over and over and over. New war among the gods, waged and waged, till the mad god tried to break the wheel world. The travelers ended, smote him upon the land, and went back to traveling. Turn page. God, unlike the others, tempers are sparse, worshippers are many. Divine magic bestowed upon the faithful, prayer to the traveler. Even the oldest gods, that he was always around, a dropped in one day when they were bound, flexed his power, set his rules, traveled his road, shared his stories. Newer gods, born from the first few, might look down upon this oddity. Only did the truly old, worth, make sure the stories that should be told, and those that shouldn't be forewarned. The Lich, a god, traveler, a storyteller, and a closed book. One day we'll have that animated, be 10 times cooler looking, I swear. That is actually all I have today. A little origin story, the inspiration, partially, and a little intro. Perhaps not as long as others, but nice starting point, I think. More stories, videos we had, and perhaps one day some D&D. To the new people that have popped in, thank you for watching. Just had the little intro and stories. Nothing else to pop in, really. Perhaps deciding on the first game I should stream. Nice RPG, a classic, you know? Like Divinity, maybe. Never finished that. Or Pillars of Eternity. Those are good ones, too. But, let me do this. And there we go. The face review at the end. I am no talking book. But, yes. To those who watch this video, thank you for your time. Those viewing now or viewing later, let me know about the stories and stuff. The one I did right was good. And I would love to do some readings and once I figure out copyright stuff. Always public access stuff, probably like classic. Oh no, we'll find out, I guess. We'll wrap that up for now, I guess, and we'll go on from there. Thank you all again. Have a good, whatever time it is for you.